China's sand-eating machine in the desert will leave you stunned. Welcome to Dark Side Tale. Friends, did you know that 32% of China's total land area is covered in deserts? That's a massive amount of barren land. What's even more shocking is that these deserts are expanding rapidly. About 30 years ago, China's desert area was 1.7 million square kilometers, making up about 1/5 of the country's landmass. But by 2015, that figure had increased to 2.62 million square kilometers. On top of that, 18% of the remaining land is turning into desert, known as desertification zones. This means even more land is gradually turning into sand. The rise in desert areas is also causing China's average temperature to increase. Cities like Beijing now face sandstorms twice a month, and millions of people living in China's western regions are migrating to larger cities, leading to overcrowding. The shrinking amount of fertile land has deeply impacted China's agriculture, causing an annual economic loss of 54 billion yuan, about $8.3 billion. If this continues, China could see a devastating transformation, where a significant portion of the country becomes desert by 2050. To combat this, Chinese scientists have developed groundbreaking desert management technology that has amazed the world. But how exactly is China stopping its deserts from spreading? And how has this colossal machine turned barren land into lush forests? Let's find out. Desert expansion isn't just a problem in China. It's happening worldwide due to climate change and global warming. In the United States, 30% of the land is desert or severely degraded. In India, the desert is expanding and would be even larger if not for the Aravalli mountain range. The United Nations warns that by 2050, Africa's deserts could grow by 6,000 square kilometers, displacing 135 million people. Faced with this crisis, China decided to take bold action. They adopted afforestation techniques, planting millions of trees in desert areas to prevent further expansion. However, after years of effort, the results were not effective. The thin sand in these deserts couldn't hold the roots of the trees. Even the slightest wind would uproot the plants, and when a sandstorm hit, months of hard work would be destroyed in minutes. But then China invented something remarkable. A robotic machine that plants seeds in such a way that the sand slowly turns into soil, transforming the land into a fertile green area. This machine is called the Jumang 301, also known as the sand-swallowing beast. It's a perfect nickname for this robotic marvel that is helping stop the spread of deserts and making the land suitable for agriculture. How does the Jumang 301 work? Jumang 301 performs three main tasks. Automatic seeding. Workers load seeds and plants into the machine, which then travels across the desert, selecting spots where the sand is not too loose. It digs holes and plants seeds in areas where they can take root. The machine covers vast areas, planting seeds and trees in mere hours. Sand stabilization. Some plants can survive in arid conditions with little water, but they struggle to take root in loose sand. Jumang 301 stabilizes the sand by mixing it with rice husks and a sand-fixing agent, which helps the sand become more solid and gradually turn into soil. This machine is 10 times more effective than manual labor at stabilizing sand. Grid paving. The machine creates square grid-like patterns in the desert. When strong winds blow, they carry less sand because these grids prevent the sand from scattering. This method not only protects the plants but also stops the spread of sand during sandstorms. In April 2024, Chinese authorities conducted a field experiment in the Kabuki Desert with the Jumang 301. Equipped with over 30 mechanical devices, the Jumang 301 not only stabilized the sand, but planted 159 trees in just 20 minutes on 1 acre of land. The machine can operate for 24 hours non-stop and is capable of planting on 2,000 acres of land in a single day. When combined with sand stabilization and grid paving, it can work on 200 acres daily. That's why China has built a fleet of these machines, which will transform 100,000 acres of desert into lush green forests within the next year. China's advanced technology has caught the attention of countries like Saudi Arabia and various African nations, which are now in talks to buy the Jumang 301. However, planting trees is only the first step in China's plan to transform its deserts. They're also focusing on two more key areas. Agriculture. To solve the desert problem, it's not enough to just plant trees. People need employment, especially with China's huge population. Farmers from nearby villages are being encouraged to grow crops that can thrive in sandy soil with little water. First, afforestation was promoted, followed by agriculture. Animal husbandry. A forest isn't complete without animals. To enhance the ecosystem, China has imported 1.2 million Rex rabbits from around the world and released them into their desert forests. These rabbits adapt to any ecosystem and dig burrows in the ground, helping the soil stabilize. Their burrowing also causes plant seeds to naturally fall into the ground, promoting further growth. However, releasing so many rabbits could cause another issue, which we've covered in a detailed video you can find in the description. With its wealth and advanced technology, China is mass-producing the Jumang 301 to tackle desertification. If this technique succeeds, sandstorms will decrease, as stronger, more stable sand will be less likely to blow away. Over time, China's deserts could turn into fertile lands and forests, creating a greener and more sustainable environment. Should India/Pakistan adopt this technology to tackle our desert? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content.